Alvin. I'm gonna wait till there's 5 million people in here. Two Scoldens in the house. Hi, Melissa. Rob H, what's poppin'? Hi, Purple Queen, Mississippi Queen. I'm getting ready. Hi, Marie. Monkey Man, what's the deal, son? I'm getting ready to take you guys on a tour of Times Square. Look, where anything magical can happen, but nothing magical ever does. Unless you think magical is a mugging. Hi, Joe Hernandez. Guys, as soon as we hit the magical number of 20, we'll start walking. I'm actually going to give a tour of Times Square. This will be a comprehensive tour where I show you every single thing that a tourist may or may not want to know about Times Square. Hi, Jason. Melissa White's in the house. Actually went to the grocery store today to buy my vodka sauce for my sausage ziti, and they didn't have it till next week. So tonight I will be cooking hamburger helper. Maybe I'll film it. I did clean my kitchen. I cleaned my kitchen and did the dishes. So, all right, we're at the mark. Shall we start? Shall we proceed? I'm going to show you everything that I usually take for granted as I walk to Times Square or in the city. I might point out yellow cabs, how to catch a yellow cab, because they'll have the yellow thing on top that says they're open. See his number? He means he's open. And if you see another yellow cab like that one over there, he's not open because his sign is off. That means he has somebody in his car already. So tourists will often stand here waving their arm at these taxis, so you don't even have to see if there's people in it. You know there's people in it. You're wasting your time waving at cabs with their lights off, because numbered lights on from 10 blocks away, and you'll know there's my cab. Shall we start the tour? I'm going to start the tour today at one of the, not just in Times Square, but in the world. It's right here. This is Quad Studios. This is where Tupac Shakur first got shot, and it started the whole Biggie Tupac war, the East Coast, West Coast, if you call it, so-called war. Tupac Shakur was shot September 7th. He passed away 7 days later on, believe it or not, Friday the 13th. His mom finally took him off life support, and they caught the killer, Keith Davis. They actually caught him last week, or they arrested him last week, for the murder of Tupac Shakur over 27 years ago. He was not murdered here, but Tupac was shot 6 times in this building. 6 times. A train below you. You can feel, if you look at my shirt, they'll be lifting up like, I feel like what's the pretty lady that Marilyn Monroe, and some like it hot, because my shirt will lift up when the trains go by. So this is a train. This, guys, is a city bike. It's a rental from the bank, City Bank. They have thousands and thousands of them in New York, and you'll see them just like that guy over there. You could always tell by the paint job. You'll see the city bikes. We'll see hundreds by the end of the night. You can rent them per day, and then you drop them off wherever you want to drop them off at a city bike location. Guys, this right here is old school fire and police. You want to report an emergency, you lift the cover, push the button, and answer the operator. Just remember, if you do want the police, you lift it, you push it, and the operator say, 911, how can I help you? If you don't answer, they will not come. You must answer to get help. So if you push the button and you're deaf, you're screwed. Although I did read one time, if you're deaf and you push it 5 times, they'll know that you, not deaf, mute, excuse me. Mute, they'll know that you can't speak. All right, we're gonna do a walk and talk now. I'm gonna show you, we're not technically in Times Square for another block, but after I show you this girl on the scooter with her little yellow shorts, I'm gonna proceed with my show. Wearing a damn bikini on a scooter. Better not crash, girl. The first thing I want to warn you about is these. This is a taxi. It is a pedicab. That unsuspecting family in there is going to be charged $300 or $400 for that ride. I urge you, please do not take a pedicab when you come to New York. Also, don't stand above these things. They're funky, bro. Funky. That funk will follow you around even after you take a shower. The funk will move into your apartment like a squatter. We're walking now. We're almost there. By the way, guys, this is West 48th Street. This is my street. I live on this street. You've got the M&M World here. It's 3 floors of M&Ms. You've got the Krispy Kreme factory right there. Across the street here, you have Hershey World. Hershey World, right there. So, you've got all the snacks you can handle. Just when I want out, they pull me back in. A lot of times, guys, people will leave their box of pizza on here for the homeless. Let's see if they left any pizza. A homeless guy will kill that, definitely. But they left their pizza out. I love when people try to help others eat. If I was homeless, I'll be chewing on that right now. In fact, I'm not homeless, and I still might chew on that right now. We're walking. When I get to Times Square, right here, I'm going to give you guys what's called a comprehensive Boogie Bob tour. So call all your friends, snuggle up next to your loved one, get your rubbers on the coffee table, and let's do this. My tour is much like me. 5 seconds. So I'm going to try to point out some stuff. This is the these guys are waiting for a tour on the bus. You can see very, very busy. Very, very busy. And it's one of these 2-story buses where you see they got more employees than they got customers. Got more employees than there are customers. 350 people hustling, all the guys in the red hoodies, hustling to get you on that damn bus. Okay, y'all ready for the tour? Buckle up. There's going to be nudity. My lawyer tells me I have to say that. There's going to be nudity. Now this guy here, he has a city bike, but his is stolen. He tried to paint it and disguise it. By the way, the guy there almost murdered me one time with a hockey stick. That's a true story. He says he's a ex-cop from Cuba. He's about this tall. He's about 3 foot tall. But he did try to kill me one time with a hockey stick. I don't know why. I never did anything to the guy. I have him on video fighting like 9 people out here. Guys, this is Broadway. They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. Well, this is Broadway. And the neon lights are bright on Broadway, but the Broadway shows are not on Broadway. I'm going to show you some Broadway shows in a bit, but they're not on Broadway. They're on the side streets. They're on the side streets. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. We're getting ready to cross across the street. And we're going to be in Times Square in 9 steps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Welcome to Times Square, folks. This is Times Square. I often rhyme there in Times Square by the red square. The red stairs are right over here. Guys, I'm going to try to I get real complacent because I've been here a million times, and I'll walk by things that I don't recognize in my brain that might be important or significant to the home viewer. If that happens, I apologize. I'm going to try to show you, to the best of my ability, some cool things. I'm going to take you on the tour that way and then come back. So if I miss something, chances I'll get it on the way back. I will end the tour with the famous red steps. Okay, guys, this is the hip hop guys. We're just in time. He's going to jump over these three people.
Everybody clap your hands, clap!
Do you really want to come to Times Square? An old man leaning over like that for 20 minutes? I couldn't do that.
He needs energy. If you're not holding the phone, you should be clapping. Let him know he's doing this for someone.
You come to Times Square and you want to be a part of the show, and now you got to lean over like the hunchback of Notre Dame for 45. Look at that old guy. He's ready to kill himself. Here he goes. He just jumped over the man. And that's going to cost every person here $45. All right, we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to show you scams. I'm going to show you cool people. I'm going to show you this guy. He has a white thing hanging out his nose. I don't know what it is. And we're going to keep it moving all the way down to 42nd. Or we call it on the street 40 Deuce. 40 Deuce. Right now we're in a part of Times Square called Duffy Square. Again, I'll show you a lot of that stuff on the way back. So if you're thinking I missed the Red Steps or Father Duffy, I promise you I'll show you that on the way back. This particular time, I'm focusing on this side of Times Square. I've got stories. Hopefully you guys have, most of you have heard them a million times. Guys, this is a chess hustler. He is a chess player. He has his chessboard. He comes out and he will, I don't care how good you are at chess, he's not coming out to lose. He is going to win your money. You don't come to Times Square to lose money. You come here if you're good. Now, Times Square, when we just started on 47th Street. This is 46th, 45th, 44th, and we're going to end up at that blue awning there. The blue light, excuse me. And the end of Times Square is right there, where if you look hard, you can see that is the ball. If you like the ball drop for Times Square for New Year's, Dick Clark, that is the ball drop. It's made of Swarovski crystals. I can never say that word. Thousands and thousands of them. It's beautiful. It's a monster ball. It's right now a blue ball. Now, I had blue balls back in college. All right. We're going to go, we left 47th. We're going to do now 46. There's going to be a lot of cool things I can show you along the way. And I might even find my next ex. Guys, this is a camera hustler right here. He brings the camera from home. He sees a couple like this. He says, walk like you're walking in Times Square, and I'm going to take your picture, and I'm going to send the pictures to your email, and you will cash at me. And that's how that works. He is a picture hustler. Now, there's a difference between hustlers and scammers. The Mickey Mouses and all them, they're scammers. They're going to rob you. This is a cop with an AR-15. It's sad that we have to be in these tourist locations with machine guns, but that's the way of the world. That's the way of the world. Look at this. Let's be blunt. Blunt is a joint for those old folks on here who don't know. So it's kind of a play on words. Let's be blunt. No smoking in the plazas. Well, smoking of any type, because now they mean obviously vaping and weed. Weed is legal in New York. So right here, actually I don't see any, but right here, this area right here, these tables, this is where all the weed guys are. Hundreds of them, usually right here smoking like crazy. So let's be blunt. You do not want to take a picture with the characters. I'll show you their scam in a minute. Here is some people with puppy dogs. They will sell anything in Times Square, even puppy dogs. I don't know if those are for sale. I'm not going to ask. Okay, so the sign right here can get you killed. The sign says, if you're handed a CD, that's a compact disc, it's free. Tipping is optional. Well, you're going to be handed CDs by a bunch of brothers up here, and it is not free. Tipping is not optional. You get a CD in your hand, they want you to pay for it. And whoever made those signs is going to get somebody beat up. I've said that for a long time. Those signs need to be out of Times Square, because they're giving you the impression that CDs are free. They are not. A kid says to you, "You like music?" You say, "Yeah." He says, "Here's my CD. It's me." And you go, "Oh, great, how much?" He says, "Free." But free means tip. It's free, but my tip is $20. Is it really free? If you want to know what the CD guys look like, they're right here. There's 3 of them attacking this poor lady. Oh, it's her lady and her man. Oh, they're going to get him to buy the CD. And she's got CD, he's got CD. And you guys can't even, there's CD guys here, CD guys there. CD guys are out here deep. My suggestion to you is, if they say, "Do you want a CD?" the answer is no thanks. You like hip hop? No thanks. You don't like black people? No thanks. They're going to have a little one-liner to get you to buy the CD. They're not going to take no for an answer. The answer is no thanks. That's all you can say, or you're going to spend $20 on a CD that he's going to autograph with a Sharpie, and now you're going to feel compelled to buy it, because he's going to ask your name. "What's your name?" "Tom." "Where are you from?" "Tom." "Oh, Jersey." "Great." And then now you got to buy the damn CD because it says "To Tom." Great scam. Tens of millions of dollars out here. I'm not even hating on them. Then you're going to get your photo. Guys, this guy is selling stuff. Over here you got hats. Oh, he's selling pre-rolls. He's selling marijuana. This girl gonna get somebody beat up. Not me, not me. I'm not looking. I'm just behind. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm just walking. For those of you thinking I'm not showing some of the historic buildings, I will once we get to that side. Right now I'm more showing you people, the hustle, the waters. Over here she's got waters and fruit. The sad thing is most of them have children, and I really salute them coming out here to try to hustle and get that money. But the children will be out here for 10 and 12 hours. This one's in a stroller, and then they have the babies watching the children. Very, very rough life, but they're out here trying to earn the keep. This guy has been saying he's homeless forever, lost his parents, but he has a kitten. Look at his kitten. His kitten's in the baggie. His kitten's in the baggie. He's a voracious reader. I see this kid. I'm sorry it's so jiggly, guys. I see this kid reading non-stop. Remember we started on 47th. We're now on 44th. Again, there'll be a lot more cool things to see, especially fine ladies. For all you bachelors out there, there'll be plenty of fine ladies walking around in Times Square. We are going to do more of a tour once we get on that side, because most of the cool stuff's on this side. You can't see it while you're here, so you'll see it when you get over there. But I will try to show you some cool stuff while I'm on this side. This is Bubba Gump. Mama always said life was like a box of chocolate, because you never know what you're going to get. Well, you do know if you read the label. What's wrong with you? If it says chocolate pecans, you know you're getting chocolate pecans. Guys, this is the most expensive clock in Times Square. This is the Paramount building. This clock has been here since 1924. 26, one of the two. This is a Taco Bell. This must be, look at the door and the engravings, the etching. This used to be one of the most grandiose, beautiful buildings in the city. It's so beautiful. And now it's a damn Taco Bell. In fact, it was the first Taco Bell in the country to be completely automated. 100%. And this, everybody, is Ninja. Ninja is a Times Square icon. Although he's very humble, so I'm not. They love you in here. They always say, where's Ninja? What's up? There's Ninja right there. You want a coffee break? Yeah. Ninja's on a break. He's been out here since 9 o'clock this morning. What's up, player? How you feeling? Have a great night, brother. God bless you. That's Ninja. He will give you legal advice. He'll tell you he's not a lawyer, but he will give you legal advice. He knows all the statutes. He knows what he can and cannot get away with. They're selling, those fruit cups seem to be very, very popular in the city, because that's about our 40th stand. Here's 41, 42, and 43. And again, they have all their daughters, the young kids out there with them. I wish them much success. I'm not hating. I'm not hating or debating. I ain't waiting or skating. These are made for the blind. Listen. I don't think you can hear it. It says wait. It'll say wait, because if you're blind, and believe me, I've seen people out here who were navigating this. I don't know how they do it. God bless them. Those things usually are much louder, and they'll tell you wait, or you can go. We're still walking. We just crossed 43rd. We're only going to 42nd. 42nd Street is the most famous street in New York City. You'll know it from all the movies like Midnight Cowboy or Taxi Driver. Any movie in the 70s, 80s was where it was still gritty and grimy. All the porno theaters. When I tell you that there was 100 businesses on this block and 98 of them were porno spots, that's a fact. These guys all got the matching green necklaces on. Coming from a conference of some sort. "42nd Street is now pretty much owned by Disney, with all the Harry Potter, Aladdin, these type of places. I really don't approve of you leaving your little daughter there without standing right next to her. 300,000 people going through here every day. You don't want some creep taking her. We just had a 9-year-old girl get taken earlier last night, and thank God they found her. So there's a lot of people out here wanting to separate you from your money. It'd be it a vendor who's selling the pretzels and the hot dogs all day. I find these guys very interesting. The Jewish guys with the hats and the locks, the little curls. They will literally go up and recruit people. I'm asked every time I go through, are you Jewish? If you are, they're going to recruit you. And I got nothing wrong. I'm not bashing that at all. I say recruit away. But I would tell them no. I did a 23andMe blood test, and I found out that I'm 1% Jewish. So whenever they ask me, are you Jewish? I say 1%. They go, no thanks. I guess I'm not enough. I'm not enough to join. We are now going to...
Boxing here one time.
take the tour on the other side of Times Square, which has a lot more cool things to show you. What you do want to do is you want to avoid the Mickey Mouses, the Minnie Mouses, the Elmos, any of these guys, because what happens is, what'll happen is they'll see a, let's say a family coming this way, and they got a little child, and since they're puppets, they're going to run up to the child. And if you dare stop, and your child takes a hold of Minnie's hand, 15 Minnies will jump in the picture. And all 15 will want to be compensated. Let's say your son likes Spider-Man, and there's Spider-Man, and you want a picture of Spider-Man. Well, guess what? You're getting Spider-Man, Thor, Elsa, the Cookie Monster, Thor, Hulk, because this is what they do. They all run in and then they all say, your little $5 picture is now $45. And that's the one scam I just can't take. And of course, $9 a minute to get in that thing. $9 a minute. And he'll take you wherever you want to go. The problem is, it's going to take you 30, 40 minutes to get there and back. We got a live performance over here. We're going to go see the live performance. I hope wherever you're at, you're having a beautiful night. Make sure you get in the comments. Let us know where you're from. Also, if you'd be kind enough to hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. I'm walking around out here risking my life with sciatica, and the least you could do is hit the like button. Unless you hate me. If you hate me, then do not hit the like button. I don't. This lady's playing games with her life. She's just going to ride in front of this bus. Just some people are just absolute, should not be on a damn bicycle. Most of the ambulances I see out here, almost all the ambulances I see out here are people hit. Now, you guys want to see something cool? I didn't even recognize him. This is a celebrity. He's the celebrity crossing guard. He yells at everybody. Watch what he does. I could watch him for 3 hours. I have before. Watch him start yelling at people. Turn! I said turn! Why are you going straight? He just, I think it would be a very, very hard job. But you'll see him. He shakes his head. He hits windshields. I'm not going to stick too long with him tonight, but he's hilarious. He's like Jackie Gleason. Wait till the light turns red, he starts yelling stop. He's looking at me now. I think I might be his next victim. Okay, he's stopping people. And if you don't stop, oh, you're going to feel the wrath. He's not being that funny tonight. He's probably been out there 10 hours. Oh, he is eating peanuts under his mask. He'll start yelling at people. Why are you honking? Knock it off. Why you got... Where's your helmet? Very fun. He's a celebrity out here. He's the Jackie Gleason of traffic. All right, he's telling this guy, stop. See, you didn't stop, so now he throws his hands out. Now he's going to yell at the window. I told you to stop. Oh, he'll go in on you. He's just waiting for this guy to dare look him in the eye. He's just wanting to pick a fight. I've watched that guy 3-4 hours. I'm fascinated by him. I don't think anything in New York can make traffic fun. Maybe him. We're just walking and talking here. Actually playing along to a track. I like them. I like them. Guys, as we walk through Times Square, as we started our journey, there was no Broadway. This is Broadway. And Broadway used to run all the way from the bottom of Manhattan, down by the World Trade Center, all the way past Harlem, all the way to the top of Manhattan at an angle. And it stopped now because you can't, there is no Broadway in Times Square anymore. So I'll show you that when we get there. I'm just trying to show you that right here, they actually have major construction for the subway. There's another bucket drummer over there, but this one's a little, how do I say it? Don't hang around over there. Do not hang around. I'm now going to take you back through Times Square. Oh my God, look who it is. Dude, are you going to Hard Rock right now? Poppy's right there. Guys, this is Peter. How did you even see me? How did you even see me, bro? Are you stalking me? Or no, you're coming from work?
Yeah, I was coming out of work.
Peter has been one of my dear friends, and he's worked for me for, how long you worked for me, Peter?
10 years, I think.
How many different locations of mine have you worked? Without even exaggerating.
Maybe 12 to 15, I think.
He's one of the absolute best in the business. I just left Hard Rock. You're headed to Hard Rock now?
Yeah.
Great. And Peter has been absolutely phenomenal, a blessing to me and my company, and I love him. Thank you, player. I'm going to walk through Times Square and do my thing.
I know you are.
So you know how to get...
I'm always a fan watching.
Thank you, brother. You know how to get up there, right? Just go to the bottom elevator. Go. I got 3 girls training over there right now, so... And then she can bounce whenever she thinks she wants to bounce, whatever you think is cool, okay? Guys, say hi to Peter. Peter, you like working for me?
I've always liked
I got
working
you on
with
my website. You're with Conor McGregor's belt.
Yes, I did see that.
Who is your favorite celebrities that you've run into?
Jay Balvin.
Huh?
Jay Balvin.
Oh, Jay Balvin. You actually got a picture
I
with
met
Jay
Jay Balvin at the Moxie.
That's crazy.
I gotta send you that picture. Yes.
You got the selfie.
While working that night at the Moxie.
I always say when somebody comes in and they're really good like that, you got to grab the selfie.
I did.
You got it here. You guys want to see him with Jay Balvin, one of the biggest stars on the planet?
Give me 1 second. I'll show you right now.
Dude, did you just walk up and see me and recognize me just now? That's crazy. There it is. Look at that.
Right at the
That's
Moxie.
Pete and Jay Balvin. Pete has worked for me at Marquee and Dream and Tao and Lavo and Hard Rock. We're back in effect at Hard Rock. And don't forget, next week we're starting John George. I'd love to have you guys over there.
I'll have to move out of the semi-retirement.
You got to dress to impress. All right, player, go do your thing. And I'll see you later, man. Guys, say goodbye to my friend Pete. Well, the light just turned green, so he's going to be here for 30 seconds.
I'll be here for a minute.
I'm giving tours. I don't do it that often anymore because of my damn sciatica. I do my news every day. But people all the time say, Bob, and I look up and it's just someone I don't know. I look up and it's you. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I saw you alive and I thought, so wait a minute, I'm not across the border.
That's funny. That's
I recognized you right away. So wait a minute.
Thank God I didn't know your money. By the way, I'm getting a new place right down the street. Justin Timberlake and Tiger Woods.
I watch you too,
He watches the show. He's one of my few friends that watches my show. Pete, thank you, Playboy. I appreciate you. God bless you, brother.
Thank you. Take care,
You walk in the same direction as me?
I'm going to go outside the picture.
Do your thing, and then just be low profile over in Hard Rock. They're cool over there. Thank you, Playboy. Say goodbye to my 92 people.
Goodbye, everybody.
92 people. God bless you, Pete. All right, brother. Guys, that's my friend Peter Pena. He is one of the best things that ever happened to my company. He worked all my major spots. I forgot to ask him, did he work the Drake concert? I'm pretty sure he must have. But I've had about 10,000 employees over the years. So of course I'm going to run into employees all the time. He's actually headed to one of my spots I just left. Guys, so you can see the lady here with the fruit cups, right? So I just want you to keep in mind, we've seen about 30 or 40 already. So here's this nice lady with fruit cups. 1, 2. These are 2 next to each other, so 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in this small area. There'll be 10 more up here. 8 in this area. I believe the fruit cups must be lucrative, or there wouldn't be so many doing it. I'm not going to say it's easy because they're out here for 10 hours. I also don't think if you hear someone say, they're taking our jobs, they're not taking nothing. I suggest if you want to sell fruit cups, come on down and sell fruit cups. This guy is urinating. I always promise you at least 1 urinator per live stream. 1. Every now and then, on a good blue moon, you'll get a poop. I haven't had a guy pooping for 2 or 3 weeks. But my urination streak, 222 live streams, my urination streak is still intact. So guys, if you tuned in 37 minutes ago when we started our tour, I promise you the tour would really start when we got to this side. So now we'll start really turning it up, as the kids say. We're turning up. This is where the tour gets exciting. Not really, not really. And don't forget, guys, we're giving away a 1998 Corvette keychain. So if you like a 1998 Corvette keychain, then you've come to the right place. There is the Brooklyn Diner, right there. You go in, every table has a celebrity placard on it. You could be sitting at the Jerry Seinfeld next to the Chris Rock. Very cool. But I'm gonna start, try not to get hit by this guy running the light. Come on, douche. Don't run the light, bro. All right. Here's where the real tour begins. She's a bad mamma jamma. Guys, this is New York City's smallest police department. New York, they couldn't even put department on the sign. They just put DEPT. It's the New York Police DEPT. It's tiny. It was closed all during COVID. I can see closed to the public. It's so small in there that you just can't go in. It's just too small. I always say if they arrest 3 people, they got to keep 1 outside and 2 inside. This is the, it's a substation in Times Square. That's where you're at. At the top of that right there is the ball. I'll show you that again. There's NASDAQ. If you got money, I don't have none, but if you got money, you just play it on the NASDAQ. That's why, I guess that's where they ring the bell if somebody goes public. See this? This is the NASDAQ Square. So rich folks will come here almost every day and they'll sit here and clap because their company just went public and they all are rich. There's a girl hanging out a damn roof, sunroof. So if you're on the NASDAQ, if you got a company that just sold, I could literally sell my company right now for $11. $11 for the first taker. There's NASDAQ. Shall we proceed? Yes, indeed. Guys, this right here is the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines recruiting station. It has American flags on both sides. Very cool. This is the spot in New York City. If you're going to get recruited, you come right here. It's only got 4 desks inside. It's been here since 1947. You went to Vietnam, you got recruited here. Right across the street, guys, is the Hard Rock Cafe. I do not do the Hard Rock Cafe. I used to a long time ago. I do the Hard Rock Hotel, which is 50 times the size of that, down on 48th Street. This is 43rd Street. This is the Paramount building. Was one of the coolest buildings in all of New York. This is where Elvis Presley debuted Love Me Tender. This is where they had what was known as the Bobby Sox riots when old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, came to perform, and the girls dressed up like Laverne and Shirley because it was the 50s or 60s, late 50s. They got a poodle on their dress, and they're wearing them little Bobby Soxers shoes. They could not get in, so they caused a riot to see Old Blue Eyes right here at the Paramount building. Inside of that building is a theater that holds 3,500 people. On the other side of it is the Palladium. Now remember earlier when I told you most Broadway shows are not on Broadway. They're on the side streets. There's Harry Potter. Right there. There's a kid sitting in the nest. I don't know what the Harry Potter is, but there's the Harry Potter. Broadway show means that it's 500 people or more. If it's $4.99 or less, it's an off-Broadway show. If it's 99 people or less, it's an off-Broadway show. That does not mean they're shitty shows. It just means they are smaller venues. So an off-Broadway show would be something like the Seinfeld comedy, the Blue Man Group. A Broadway show would be Aladdin, Harry Potter, any of those, Hamilton. So we're going to get back to our tour. I hope you're having a nice day. I'm going to sit on this thing for about 8 seconds because when I do that, it takes the pressure off my sciatica and it doesn't cure it, it just makes me able to walk for another 40 feet. Are you guys having fun? Luce is here. Hi, Jason. Hi, Karina. Karina, thanks for always supporting. Rev, God bless you. Billy's in the house. Hi, Billy. Joe C's in the house. What's up? RJ's in the house. Emwall's still on the run from the cops. Everybody that's here, say where you're from if you like. I am from Waco, Texas. Born in Waco, Texas. Grew up my formidable years, my little tiny years in Turkey. Came to the Bay Area in 1970 and then came to New York City in 1989. The number, another summer, sound of a funky drummer. Sorry, that's my Public Enemy voice. That's Chuck D. And now we're going to commence with, here's a guy's butt cracks. If you like butt cracks, I'm your guy. Nobody brings you more butt cracks than I do. Nobody. Here's your little snacks. There's some Boogie Bob fans that work here. They watch me all the time. Every time I go there, they say, I watch you, man. Where's Joe? I had a guy come up to me a couple weeks ago. He says, man, I'm a big fan. I watch you all the time. How's Old Man Jim? I go, you're a big fan? Asking about Old Man Jim? He's great. Oh boy, here comes the scammers. These are the worst of the worst. The Minnie Mouses are the absolute worst. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about how they rob people. I don't know any of them personally. I believe in coming out and getting your money, but let me give you a perfect example. By law, they have to show you the sign on this bike right here that tells you it's either $8 or $9 a minute. A minute, guys. And they all do the same thing. They'll get you in their bike, and then they'll stop right here in the middle of the road and take selfies for 10 minutes for you. They don't know. You don't know. It just costs you $90 for your selfie. But you see her sign? The red sign right there? It's supposed to have, and then his right there. That's where it says the price. But how they get around it is they make the sign really dark and really small. You can't read that. There ain't no way to read that. Now this guy's a little more honest over here because his sign is big. Huge writing per minute. But then it's $7.99 per minute. Whenever they got their thing hidden by their tarp or covered in tape, or it's really dark and you can't read it, just assume that they're getting ready to rob you. Here's Don't stop. Don't stop for the Minnie Mouses. If there's one thing I can tell you, do not stop for the Minnie Mouse. They're only going to get you for 60 bucks, but they're going to get you. She said no 6 times. She's still reaching out and touching her. Take a photo. No, thank you. No, no, take a photo. No, thank you. Take a photo. No, I'm not interested. Take a photo. You see something you don't like? You still clap.
And rule number 3, I need everybody to please move up to the orange cones. Everyone,
these are the hip hoppers. Some of them are really, really good, the break dancers, but they're not out here to be your friend. They're out here to empty your pockets. Keep that in mind when you come to Times Square. There's 2 people out here. One's with money and the others who want the money. If you remember that, you'll have a good time here. I wouldn't even suggest buying souvenirs here, nothing. You can get that same shirt down the street for $6. Here it's 25. Come to Times Square, people watch, see the sights, take your selfies, and then I say keep it moving. Or do what everybody does. Stop by Popeyes and get yourself a 2-piece. Or you can get the family feast for $32. Damn, that look good. Look at these chicken sandwiches and biscuits and French fries. I don't think it's probably that good a deal. I don't think. All right. I'm just walking here. I got nothing going on. I got no friends. Interesting story. This guy right here, not this guy because he's not here, but this cart right here saved the lives of thousands of New Yorkers and tourists. We had a guy pull up here in a van, just like Timothy McVeigh. He had fertilizer and a fuse inside it, a van, to blow up like a huge bomb, just like Timothy McVeigh when he blew up the, this guy's flipping off the camera, flipping him off. Anyways, the bomb, the guy lit the fuse and this guy saw smoke coming out of the van and got the cops to put it out. He saved the life of so many people that day. God bless him. Okay, I'm going to show you something. If you're new to the channel, you're going to be pretty perplexed about. That guy right there, his name is Damien. Damien's in the black. Even though there's 300 cops out here right now, even though I ain't seen one, there's cops out here. Hey, hi, how are you? That's Damien. Hey girl, how are you? Why do the guys always say hi, but the girls don't? So this is Damien. He stands and he has this... look at this guy's car. Look at that car right there. Look at all those cameras on top. He's got over 800 cameras on top of his car. It's like a Google car. That's crazy. Damien has this thing where he loves to play in traffic. That's what he does. Every cop out here knows him. He was arrested out here a couple times. Went viral, fighting about 12 cops. He's wearing Panda Dunks right now. But we're going to watch him for a couple seconds. I want to show you why. Because he will run with the cars. He will actually run. They all know him. This is his spot. This is his thing. He likes to stand. He just stands in the middle of the street. I don't get it. I was like, what you gonna do tonight, honey? I'm gonna go to Times Square. There's a Volkswagen Beetle with a big marijuana leaf hanging on the top of it. I really like to see what that is, but I don't think I'm going to make it in time for the light. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to make it in time for the light. I think it's a marijuana thing. Watch yourself. Damn it, I'm missing him. He's handing out weed to people. Now everybody wants one. The Big Green Hand Book Tour. Hey brother, can I get a book? He said yeah, but I get it, it's green. Maybe if he catches a red light. I would get the book, obviously, to one of my subscribers. It's the Green Book Tour. And the guy in front is, by the way, I'm breaking my own rule. You see, I'm standing in the green. These two, they don't even know. Watch this bicycle right here. This guy was almost hit. I broke my own rule. Stay out of the green. Like this guy, he has no idea that he's standing in a bike path. Here comes a bike now. Let me see if this bike hits this guy. Yeah, guys, I broke my own rule. I just wanted to get a book. Hey, can I get a book? Yeah, you got it. And then he just kept driving. It was a green light, so I get it. I thought it was a pot leaf. It was a green book. The Green Hand Book. Guys, this is Michael Jackson, not the real Michael Jackson. Stay out of the green, folks. See, that guy's still standing in the damn. She's trying to get him to move. Get out of the damn green, folks. I could have been killed. If you tip Michael Jackson, he'll dance. If you don't tip Michael Jackson, he will not dance. I'm getting ready to get demonetized because of the Michael Jackson moves, and so I have to keep talking, otherwise I get demonetized. All right. There's Damien, look. I don't understand his fascination with running in traffic, but that's his thing. He dances, he hangs out. I'm absolutely shocked he hasn't been killed, because most people driving through Times Square for the first time are looking at billboards and signs. I guess this is his way of getting attention. I don't know. He just finds it very dangerous. He just dancing in the middle of the street. You would think a cop would go, let's go. He doesn't. They don't. That's a cop car right there. I'm also fascinated by him. I could watch him for 5 hours, and I have before. He used to run. He'd run, he'd race them. I don't see him running tonight. That's Damien. Damien will be out there 10 hours.
Really?
And look, the cops don't say nothing. They all know who he is. This is what he does. He just, that's his spot. And now the cars will come this way. So now he's ready for them. Usually he runs with them, but I don't know what he's doing tonight. Got 5 tourists filming him. By the way, on the other side of that bus, there's about 9 cops standing there looking at him. They're not doing nothing. What's up, Damon? Seems like a nice kid. He's one of the few people out here who's never stabbed me. So he has never stabbed me before. That's pretty cool. But I do find it fascinating. All right, Mom, I'm going out. Where are you going, hon? I'm going to Times Square to dance in traffic. Okay, be safe.
They obviously don't have that.
Today he's just kind of doing a jig and dancing around. Usually he starts running. All right, I spent enough time on Damien and the green truck, the green handbook. Here's a little tiny Spider-Man. Love Lights in the house. What a great name. Sunshine. Sunshine, look who it is. It's Damien. He's got a cup on his hand. What's poppin', OG? How you living? You good? You look good. He's a nice kid. I'm always surprised that the cops don't somehow intervene or say, you know, what you doing? Look at this. Plethora. That's a new word I learned. There's a plethora of cops right here, including their boss. The boss is the white shirt. Including their boss. Right there. And there's a man who may or may not be mentally ill. He's certainly a nice kid. I just don't think it's safe to run around in traffic. I know he could avoid them. I'm worried about that bus running him over. I think the cops just gave up. They're like, he's been told plenty of times not to run in traffic. All right. This is new. This guy's giving haircuts out here. I love it. He's lining them up right here at Times Square. He's good too. He's lining them up right here. I'm good, Playboy. I'm good, OG. I'm good. Okay, you saw that. Well, you couldn't see it because of the side, but a CD guy was going hard on me. Here you go, here you go. Oh, I'm good. No, hey, where are you from? The answer is no, thank you. Just nicely. No, thank you. If I would have told him where I was from, I'd be walking down the street depressed, $20 light, holding a CD I don't want. If I had $1 for every CD I found on the street that some poor tourist made the mistake of engaging and ended up buying a damn CD. If you guys remember Oscar, the kid who saved my life, that's his cousin right there.
Yes,
that's his cousin. Oscar used to be in this group.
I like the shirt, by the way. Right there, right there. You got VIPs, man.
We're just walking.
There you go.
Almost done with the tour. Guys, I missed a lot of it. It's been a very, very long day. I hope that you're having a blessed day wherever you're at. I just came from the Hard Rock Hotel. We had a big event there on the roof tonight. I did my news. I got in, had to go right back out, take a shower, look all cute and handsome. Go to Hard Rock, and I decided to give you guys a tour on the way out. I still got a couple tricks up my sleeve. These are the bicycle kids. They ride in traffic, they do wheelies, the cops can't stop them. That's only about 20 of them right there. Usually, I'm not kidding, you'll have 1,000. Sometimes you'll have 1,000 kids on bicycles or motorcycles. The cops don't even try to stop them because how can you? You can't. So the guys in these bicycles have to have a sign, so they paint the sign red so you can't read it. Every single one of them. I only saw one tonight where you could read a sign. Let me show you what the sign looks like. You tell me if you could read his race. It's the little red sign on the side. You tell me what his price is. See, this guy over here has a big white sign. You know his rate is $8 or $9 a minute. You can see his rate. Look at his rate. That's his rate. This guy, $8 a minute. You can see his rate. But it's the ones that are sneaky. Look at this guy. This guy didn't even... He has a piece of black paper over his. Look at... He actually put black paper over it. It says $10 per minute. Guys, $10 per minute. That's the most expensive one I've seen. It's usually $7 or $8. $10 a minute. He's hoping you don't see it. I want you to just imagine you and your wife get in there. First of all, he's going to try to get you for both. So now it's $20 a minute. But okay, let's say you're smart and you tell him, no, it's one person. Okay, so it's $10 a minute. He's going to ride to that billboard right there, the green billboard. That's $180, and then he's going to charge you $180 to come back. 10 minutes is $80, bro. He's gonna get you in the cab right here. You're gonna get right here and he's gonna stop and say, hey, you wanna take some selfies? And you and your wife are gonna go, yeah! And he's gonna spend 8 minutes taking selfies. And your ride ain't even started yet. Then he's gonna go really, really slow. He's gonna pedal like he has 2 broken legs and a broken back, and he's gonna pedal as slow as he can. And by the time he gets back there, you don't even know it. By the time he gets back right here, he's gonna go, okay, and you go, oh, thanks. So you're reaching for your wallet to give him 60 bucks. He's gonna say $480. That's $480. Now you got 2 choices. Screw you, I'm not paying that much. Or, okay, here's the money. And most people do the okay, here's the money. So right here he was one of the most famous men on the planet for a long time. Remember, didn't have no social media back then. No Justin Timberlakes back then. It was George Cohen. George Cohen had very famous songs. Give my regards to Broadway, something, 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 Times Square. And he had Yankee Doodle Dandy. Oh, come on, player. I'm trying to walk by. Sorry. She's a grand old flag. She's a high flying flag. Over there. Over there. Send the word to beware. Here's a TikToker. And he's a Yankee Doodle dandy. I'm a Yankee Doodle boy. A real something like my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. That's George M. Cohen. I got all his hits. And now, we're going to the Red Steps. The pièce de résistance. I don't know how that word is. Pièce de résistance. The good thing, the shit, the top, okay, we're going to the thing. Here's a guy hustling Polaroid pictures. He actually has a Polaroid camera. He's going to charge you $5 or $10 a shot. The problem is the other hustlers who use the cameras, they don't have any overhead. He has to pay for his film. So it's actually pretty cool if you want a Polaroid of you in Times Square. He's your guy. Right now, guys, we're still in Times Square, but this would actually be called Duffy Square. And Duffy Square is named after this World War I hero, Father Duffy. Father Duffy is that statue right there. He was so here's somebody taking pictures of this guy. I think he's a TikToker. I hate his boots. If I see you wearing boots like that, I can't be your friend. I'm judging you. I don't judge people, I'm just judging him. And his shorty. Father Duffy gave the last rites to over 700 dead or dying soldiers on the battlefield. They did a movie about him starring Gregory Peck in The Fighting 69th. He saw more death and destruction than just about anybody on the planet. He came back to New York in the early 1900s, in 1905, and he became a priest at the church on 42nd Street, my church. So that's Father Duffy, and this is called Duffy Square. These are the famous Red Steps. What are they called? They're called the famous Red Steps. That is a fact. This is where you can come, sit down, hang out, lollygag. This is where Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, by the way, Alicia Keys, born and raised right in this neighborhood, Hell's Kitchen right down the block. We're going to go by her high school in a few minutes, so stick around for that. This is where Jay-Z and Alicia Keys shot their New York video. Now it's really crowded up here. Usually I'll try to take you to the top. And I'm trying to see if my next ex is out here. Where's she at? Hey girl. Oh no, she's with a guy. Abort, abort. I'm going to try to go up to the top. But you know, you can only fit 5 pounds of shit in a 4-pound bag. Other than that, it starts getting too crowded. It's going to get crowded up here. But, you know, all I have to say is, do you know who I am? I'm Boogie Bob. I have 2,000 subscribers. And then they part like the Red Sea. Can't saunter. You got to make your move. Come on, Pops. You can't saunter and stand around. You got to make your moves, player. I think I called the guy Pops. He might have been younger than me. This is the famous Red Steps. And I feel sorry for all the guys up here wearing Jordans because every one of them is looking at these. They're looking at the shoes. Including her. So we're just going to kind of maybe stop right here for a second. Sorry. Pardon me. Pardon me. And there it is. I usually put my back against the fence. No need for that today. Getting up here is the easy part. It's getting down. I find that if you fake like you're going to vomit, they get out of your way. They usually move. There it is, folks. The famous Red Steps. You can see the whole Times Square from here. And if you look here, this is the famous Pepsi sign. It's the longest sign they've had in Times Square. The Coca-Cola, I apologize. The Coca-Cola sign is the longest sign they've had out here. Pardon me, I'm sorry. Ready? I don't want to touch it. Thank you. Thank you. Pardon me. Pardon me. I'm just trying to weasel my way through here. I gotta show you what it's like. This is what it's like. You're like in Tetris, like in a video game. Pardon me, sir. Thank you. Oh, like this is a lot of real estate right here. But you gotta kind of make your move and make it smooth. On the back of the Father Duffy thing, they say that he was a chaplain in the 165th, the old 69th Infantry, the life of service for God and country. He served in the Spanish-American War, the New York National Guard, the Mexican Border War, and World War I. He rode the train to Brooklyn one time at night by himself. So that's pretty good. He was not, he didn't shy away from a fight. All right. Oh, the tour ain't over. Yes, it is. There's a lot going on. Not really. His boots. If you said to me, Bob, you could either wear those boots for an hour or a Trump MAGA hat
Where you from?
for a minute, I'd wear the boots. That's just me. I'm crazy that way.
I'm sorry, Albania.
Oh boy. You okay, Playboy? You all right, OG? You want me to call somebody?
Don't look at there. Ain't nothing in there.
Okay. This guy's rolling around on the ground underneath my shoes. Literally on my shoes. I want to help him. Guys, I'm not trying to use this guy for clicks and likes, but
$5, 5 steps on the
maybe got to get a cop.
Right,
let's get a cop.
Mr. Clean, step up.
They might not even be able to do anything.
Where you from? You're from French? Everyone make some noise for France, guys. Make some noise. France, any donations for the show? Everyone points at the wife. Diva, would you like to save your husband? Any donations for your husband?
Listen, you don't want to be unkind and go, he does that every day. I don't know him. I'll point to a cop. Cop can do his job, hopefully. And they'll tell me, he does that every day. They'll know. I don't ever exploit anyone. I try my hardest not to. The guy was laying on my shoes. I don't see the cops in their regular spot right here. Here they go. Officer? The guy rolling around on the ground over here. Right by Usually they're the regulars, but he looked out of place, almost like he needed an ambulance. Okay, thank you. Oh, she's a cutie. I think she wanted to ask for my number. She said there are a lot of regulars. I knew she'd say that. Most of them do. I did what I could. She said she's on her way to check it out. So we'll see. Yes, we'll get right on that. First, we want to eat a hot dog and watch the game. But after the game, I'm going right over there to check on him. As of yet, she has not moved her position. They tick-tocking. They tick-tocking non-stopping. Let's see if the guy's still here. This poor guy just got robbed. No, you have to pay us both. You have to pay us both. He's pissed. They don't care if you're pissed or not. He's pissed. He's saying no. I'm only paying one. Oh, they both want to get paid. She's taking the money out of his hand. This is horrible. They're the worst ones in Times Square. Of all the scammers, even worse than the pedicabs or the monks, is the Minnie Mouses. I don't want to hurt anyone's pocketbooks or anyone's family, but they should be banned from Times Square. All right, where's my guy? Is he still down here? Guys, he was laying on my feet. Okay, the good news is I don't see him. He was right here. Thank God. I'll never forget. I'm a very kind and compassionate, empathetic person. When I moved to New York City, there was a guy laying on the ground like that at the Port Authority, and I went over and got a cop. Brand new to the city. I said, sir, there's a guy in trouble. And they just started laughing. They go, sir, that's Jimmy. He's here every day. And it kind of opened my eyes, but you still have to try to look out for people. This guy looked generally distressed. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're going to come to Times Square or to New York and you want to get Broadway tickets, you can get them here. This is the ticket booth. I'll show you that in a second. Tickets, TKTS. Up here they'll have the shows. It's day of. So if you want to see Blue Man Group, the off-Broadway shows are here. The Broadway shows are here. And they won't have like the big boys. They won't have Hamilton. But they'll have some amazing plays and you could save thousands of dollars. Just come right here and get your tickets to the TKTS place. We're just walking. We're just walking here. By the way, guys, we just left Times Square. Technically, we're kind of in Times Square, but it ends right here at 47th Street. This is 47. Do you remember when I said that Broadway went all the way from the top to the bottom? This is Broadway right here. 20 years ago, they said, when I first moved to New York 30 years ago, Broadway was still Broadway. This would be all taxis. Broadway comes this way, and 7th Avenue goes right next to it, kind of parallel. That's why they call it the crossroads of the world, because 2 blocks down, they actually connect like that. They connect like that. So that's where the crossroads, Broadway, 7th Avenue, boom. That's why it's the crossroads of the world. But many years ago, the mayor said, there's no place for tourists to walk. Only place tourists could go was right there, next to the buildings, on the sidewalks, because this was all taxis. If you guys want to see a great video, Rev, can you put up the video of me and Michael Jackson in Times Square? You'll see me standing on Broadway on a hood of a taxi as Michael Jackson comes out and sings. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. To me, it was beautiful. Well, that's the way I remember it. I don't know if I captured that part on screen. We're walking. We're just walking. This is Broadway. I hope you guys enjoyed my tour of Times Square. Whole lot of people live streaming Times Square. Very few give you the tour. I gave you the deluxe package. I did promise you nudity, but the naked girls of Times Square were not there today. So if you want your money back, I totally understand. That's worth the price of admission. When I saw the very first one of these ring lights, they spin around you and they give you a 3D perspective of your video, almost like this. But they're 40 bucks. When I saw the first one in Times Square, I said they're going to copy the hell out of these, and now there are dozens. But they can't be in Times Square because the radius is too big and it was hitting people. So they're all the way down the block. And it's probably another, there's 20 here, probably another 10 on the next block. Hey, who had a good time? If you had a good time, let me hear you say, ho! If you had a bad time, let me hear you say, no! Now's where I look at the screen and say, who's saying ho and who's saying no? Most of the time, when you see an ambulance, it is for a pedestrian who was hit by a moving vehicle, typically a bicycle. Every now and then you'll see one hit by a car, but almost always it's a bicycle or a scooter that breaks your back or your hips. I was wondering if the guy in the red would be in here, but a lot of times, you know, Times Square is a business. Guys, it's a tourist attraction. It's the #2 tourist attraction in America, right behind the Las Vegas Strip. Just remember, the Las Vegas Strip is like 12 miles long. This is only 6 blocks, guys. Technically 5 blocks long. And we do the same numbers. We actually use more electricity on these billboards, kilowatts, in Times Square than they do the whole strip. That's a fact. That's a fact that I just made up. All right. If you are in New York, I would recommend that you always read these signs, because many times you'll read the sign, public notice, please be advised on September 18th, following street signals will be closed. So this is just for traffic. The ones about the movies, you'll be walking along and you'll see, hey guys, the brand new whatever Ghostbusters is filming right here at 6 a.m. on Tuesday. They'll say the name of the feature, whatever it is, and the contact person. So if you happen to be a big fan of Mary J. Blige and you know what movie she's in or what album she's dropping, they will post up the info. This is sad because this is an Uber Eats guy who lost his badge. I hope that he can get it back. I almost always, you better stop it, Brooklyn. Thank you, Playboy. I really appreciate you. I always pick those up and look for them on Facebook, but I can't do it tonight. I typically will find the person a badge. I just found one in the subway a couple weeks ago. She came to my house. She was so excited. She happens to be one of the guitar players who performs at the John Lennon Memorial. She asked me to look her up and please come film her. I found her ID badge on a subway platform. Thank you, Brooklyn. God bless you. So you better stop it. I'll tell you that much. And also, I am so sorry, guys. Brooklyn, Treaton, you better stop it, Treaton. Thank you. God bless you. I really appreciate you, hon. You know I don't look at the screen very much. I'm too busy pointing and dabbling around, and you guys see me doing this. You see me walking. Hey guys, over here's a Broadway show. Here's what I'm doing. Hey guys, and my head is never here. My head is here, looking at shorties here. Very rarely do I, and I'm looking this way and I'm telling my stupid stories, so I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Guys, this is Hadestown. We won 8 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. Who does that? Can you imagine? Right here, this is my block. We're on my block. And if you're new in here, I'm getting ready to take you to Alicia Keys High School. We are now leaving Times Square, and we are entering Hell's Kitchen, which is my beloved neighborhood. I lived here since the last day of 1989. So technically 1990. And I hope you had a fun time on our little walk and talk. Guys, I'm opening up Jean Georges next week. I've got about 4 new locations, so I'm a wreck. I'm an absolute wreck. Absolute wreck. Last night, instead of 5 shorties, I only had 4 shorties. So that was pretty good. Just walking here. I wish I had magic powers where I could feed every one of these guys and comfort them, put a roof over their head. I better not ever hit the lottery for $1 billion. Ain't gonna be no homeless in Hell's Kitchen. It just breaks my heart when I see people digging in the garbage for food. I don't know, can't imagine. Everybody who came along for the ride tonight, thank you so much. I get to go home now and do payroll all night and invoicing. It's a double whammy. So I'm gonna stop over here and get 2 crack rocks. So, I mean, you can't do payroll without crack rocks. What are you, crazy? That's un-American, to be honest with you. So, we're gonna finish the tour on the next block, and I'll bid you adieu, whatever the hell that means. I'll bid you all adieu. I will shout out some people. Chris Jarvis is in the house, I know that much. Hi, Chris. M-Wall's in the house. Rev's in the house. Hi, guys. Hi, Kevin Butler. Hi, Brooklyn. Thank you. RJ's been with me all day. Me and RJ are getting an apartment on Thursday, so that should be nice. Steve's in the house. Hi, Steve. Karina. Hi, Karina. Erwin. Where you been, Erwin? How are you? Yeah, I would be a great live streamer if I could read all this. Joe Hernandez just got out of prison. God bless you, Joe. I hope you're doing well. Welcome home. Welcome home. I love Joe Hernandez. Great guy. Great guy. RJ's in the house. I debuted a song that I created in 1986. Earlier on the show, I'm going to let you guys hear it now as we walk down the street. This is a song that I put out on a mixtape called Breaking the Law. It was sitting on a cassette tape in a shoebox since 1986. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's about the crack epidemic that was taking over the streets back in the 80s.
was a man named Freddie. He used to sell rocks on the block real steady. You want to know how far Freddie got? He ended up shot in a parking lot. He was 15 living on his own. Run around the town, he had a cellular phone, lots of money and lots of gold, and it was all because of those rocks he sold. Now listen up, suckers.
I gotta warn ya, born in Oakland, California. He'll beat you down if you look at him hard, then he'll cut your butt just like a deck of cards. But don't chuckle, P-Knuckle's not as gay. He stands on the corner selling cocaine. The cops won't stop, don't make me laugh. If he gets out of here busted in a day and a half, and then back on the streets in his brand new Audi.
The beat beats and the stereo's loud. He
Loves the bass up inside the place.
He says I'm making that money, so get off my case. I'm down, but no, I'm never ever out. I got the rocks, that's what he will shout. You want him? Well, listen up, I got him. A sucker tried to steal him, so I caught him and I fought him. Yo, he didn't know the other kid had a gun. He tried to run too late, he caught one. Now he's laying on his back with the pocket full of money. Quit cracking up. It ain't funny, yeah, quit cracking up. What are you, stupid? Listen up, suckers, cause I'm talking to you, kid. I'm the Doc of Rock and I just wanna say, quit cracking up and let the music play.
By the way, guys, if you don't know, I used to be DJ Pimp. And then I was Doc of Rock before that.
Making so much money, he got a blister. His name is Sonny and her name is Sheila. She's the lookout and he's the dope dealer. Rocks on the block, 247. Wheeling and dealing down at the 7-Eleven. They were spending their time just counting their loot until they got shot by a drive-by shooting. Sheila's dead now, so is Sonny. Quit cracking up. It ain't funny. They're both dead now. I wanna say, quit cracking up and let the music play.
Alicia Keys High School, right there. This is the last verse.
Your welfare check, that's all you receive. I believe you deceive when you go and retrieve it from the mailbox. To buy rocks, the search goes on for blocks and blocks. You keep looking until you find it. Because you're blinded, then you're reminded of children at home, and it's really scary. Cause next to the crack, there's secondary. So quit cracking up. It ain't funny. You sell your soul for a little bit of money. Quit cracking up. You hear me, man? Get out the game if you can. Cause it's death in a rocked up form. Just yell crack and all the suckers swarm. So toss it, lose it, throw it away. Quit cracking up and let the music play.
Yo, this funky. I don't care what no one says. Funky. Guys, 1986, bro, almost 40 years ago. Shout out to my boy Tim Carlson on the keyboards. The boy was a monster, an absolute monster. And that's me on the drum machine, and that's me rapping. I will be putting up a new old song every day this week, all from the 80s. I have one from like 98 I think I'll put up that you guys might like. I hope that you had a good time listening to me get down. But now, after you heard the message of quit cracking up, I have to go buy 2 crack rocks from my friend Julio up here. She's looking like, what? Crack rocks? No, ma'am, I was joking. All right. We did it. We made it. We made it, folks. A 3-hour tour. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. If you know my show, you know what I say next. Please be kind and loving to each other. Be good to yourself, because you definitely deserve it. And if ain't nobody told you today you're special, old Boogie Bob will never lie to you. Well, I did lie right there. I lied about lying. But that's all. I never... When I say I'll never lie to you, I'm lying. Because sometimes I do lie to you. But I wasn't lying right there where I said I won't lie when I'm lying about the lies I lied about. I told her, baby, I'm really sorry about lying to you, but I honestly didn't think you were going to find out. You can't get mad at me for thinking I could get away with one. Let's talk again soon. Please be kind to yourself. God bless you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Treaton. Thank you, Rev. God bless.